1. And we are live. This is Tony Fleming, and this is our midday inspiration talk. We do this every Wednesday at 12 noon. And, for people who are trying to accomplish some goals in life, hopefully this will give you some kind of inspiration or inspire you a little bit. Because, we have to keep feeding our minds to starve our doubts. Hopefully you are reading. Hopefully you are doing other things to keep you focused on what you're doing. And maybe these little few minutes here that I put out, if you take heed to them, could help you also. So let's go. I'm going to talk about a subject that I just finished talking about with a young lady and made me think about this story. So, great afternoon, Miss Coleman. See you in the chat. So, I've told this story a million times, but maybe somebody today haven't heard it, or if you heard it, it's always good to rehear things. Like Charlie Tremendous Jones used to say, Tony Fleming, what are you rereading? He always said that you need to be rereading more things than reading. So I know you need to rehear some things and keep hearing it over and over and over. If you're out here, taking on challenges, growing, trying to be the best you that you can be. All right, so here's the story. So there was this trainer, motivator, speaker that was speaking at a college campus. Like in one of the large classrooms, he was speaking there, and he was talking to leaders and everybody who wanted to advance in life and people that just wanted to get some kind of success tips. He had a lot of them. So he showed up. I think his talk went from about 12 noon to about 6 o'clock. Everything that you could talk about when it comes to leadership, mindset, mental toughness. He went over everything. How you doing, Mr. Lee and Miss Austin? So this guy was, he was putting the work in. Whiteboard, writing, answering questions. And he was, they got what they paid for, even more. So as he was wrapping up, and everybody had pretty much left the classroom, so he was in there racing the board and, packing up his stuff and, getting ready to go. Custodian, who had been kind of peeking in and out of the room while he was doing his talk, and he came up to him after and said, that was a great talk you did. He said, but I could save you probably 5 or 6 hours. So the guy says, well, what do you mean save me 5, 6 hours? That's how much, that's how long it was that I talked, 5 or 6 hours. And the custodian said, yeah. He said, but I can show you how you can shortcut all of that for people who are trying to win in life and the talk that you went over. So the custodian was getting, the trainer was getting a little irritated. And so he finally told the custodian, he said, you know what? All right, you humor me then, go to the whiteboard and show me. And the Custodian said, okay. And he went to the whiteboard and he pulled out the black marker and he wrote in bold on the whiteboard, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. Gotta wanna. He said, you gotta wanna. If you're gonna win in life, if you're gonna do anything successful, you gotta wanna. And the speaker looked at him and like, well, he couldn't really argue with that point. And I can't either. So the thing is, on the real, you have to gotta wanna. I don't care what a person says, how they say it, what they do. If it's no gotta wanna, it's not gonna work. And it's a lot of people out here that doesn't have the gotta wanna. We got the look, we got the talk, we spend the money, but we don't gotta wanna. It ain't like you have to make it not almost, you have to make it a gotta wanna. It can't be, because I'm gonna tell you why. There's so much competition out here. Good now is average. Great is good. So much competition. We out here on the World Wide Web. People can be reached from one corner of the earth to the other corner. Your competition now is not just your neighbors or your people at your job or the people in your neighborhood or the people in that one city that you was in. That was your competition. Now it's www. World Wide Web is everywhere. I remember when I was selling AT&T phone equipment. My competition was the people in the city, because they, other companies that had phone services. And so I would normally run across some of the guys, and it would be those people. I can imagine now the people that's selling the equipment, it's somebody can call the office that you're in from China and say, we can ship all the equipment there. We can sell it at a better price. And we got our service techs in that area that'll work. It could somebody be calling from Africa. The competition is totally different now. It ain't no me in the little city we in and no. And so if you don't gotta wanna, you're gonna lose all the time. You're gonna lose all the time because you don't know what angle where your competition is coming from. First of all, you just don't know. It could be right there in the city. It could be in another state. It could be in another country. It could be anywhere. Because through the internet now, Joe Blow in the state of Washington can touch a customer of mine in Atlanta, downtown Atlanta. I could be literally in the office pitching whatever I have to sell, and Joe Blow in the state of Washington could be on the internet pitching, giving them a better price, better equipment maybe. So if it's no gotta wanna, you're gonna lose. It's just how it is. It's worldwide now. People can not only can people compete with you, even myself, I can buy worldwide now. So what I normally buy down the street, I could go online and easily find something that might be a million miles away, but they gotta want her, and they gotta want, and they want to sell, and they're gonna be intense about it, and they say I can ship it to you. Look what Amazon's doing. Amazon said we're gonna be the new post office in a minute. People gonna be shipping stuff probably already. I don't know, but I'm not just Amazon stuff, but other stuff, because they got the trucks out on the street. And probably they're going to be AI trucks in a minute. So if you don't want to win and you don't have the hustle game in you to want to learn how to do it, to want to get your mindset correct, because that's the biggest challenge is, first of all, you got to get your mindset right. Then you got to build in the mental toughness that's going to get you to sustain on whatever you're doing. If the mindset ain't right, I still see people out here now that's just pitching scripts. If you follow this script, not training them on anything, not developing the inner person, because that's what wins. It's the inner person that wins. It's not. And people want to ignore all that and Tony, because they don't want to put that work in. And most people don't know how to train, don't know how to help a person on that inner person. They don't know how to do it. So they fall back to the script, or they fall back to, this is what you should do, and we're going to automate it for you. A person still had to get up and hit the button. They still have to get up and push that. You can have an automated system. It's not going to work unless that person gets up, turns it on, or log in, or do something to make it. You got to do something. And if the mindset ain't right, I think I'm gonna get started with that tomorrow. What do you mean tomorrow? You got the systems already set up. Yeah, but I got some things I need to do today. I mean, the system goes out and gathers information for you. All you got to do is, check the information and go. Yeah, I know, but I don't feel like doing that. People want to get around the mindset, the personal development and all. They just want to just ignore it and say, Tony just talking about something, or whoever else is talking about it. Just ignore it. Don't want to get. You're not going to win until you get that right, because you're not going to stay consistent. You're not going to be able to get up every day and do something consistently if you don't have a growth mindset. You don't. You won't. So when you look at Gotta Wanna, man, and I had a guy about a week ago tell me that his friend's system that they had put together was the best way now to make money doing sales. And the reason I brought up system earlier is because listening to him, he brought that up to me. Man, it's totally automated. All you have to do is this. Bag that up. I said, what you have to do? All you have to do is this. I said, so the person has to do something. They have to get out of bed and go do something. Yeah, but it's simple, man. It's just all they got to do is this. When you say all they got to do, that killed it right there, because they got to do something. And if the mind is not right, oh no, they'll do that, Tony, because you know they want to win. Well, really? Man, I bet whatever I have, those numbers is not going to be the same on that system that they think it's going to be. Because it's right there in front of you. He's thinking like a lot of people think from their own thought process. Like, I got this in place, I can go and knock this out. You know what I'm saying? And his thought process is correct, because he's one of the few that goes, gets it. But I don't know why people think that other people are like them. I always thought differently. I knew that people wouldn't do the stuff I was doing. I knew that I just knew it. I mean, it's called self-awareness. And most people don't have self-awareness. And I know I'm going to talk to him in about a month or two. And he's going to say, yeah, man, I mean, everything was in place. They just wouldn't do it. And I'm going to say, hold on, back that up again. Who? They just didn't do it. Right? I know. You can you can walk up today, give they a letter that's notarized and says the bank will give you $1 million if you go there on Monday to pick it up. They will say, why I got to go there? Can't they just send it to me through, Zelle, or, why I got to get up and go there? Man, look, I know guys who got the PPP loan, $20,000 each, twice. And the PPP loan had a forgiveness form that if you just sign it and send it in, they forgave you, so you had to pay the loan back. These jokers didn't even fill out the forgiveness loan. I kept calling and telling, hey man, you just gotta, it's right out there. Just Google it and it's right. You get it. I said, I already done mine. Okay. Now they 40,000 in the hole and hit me up talking about, what was that? Mm-mm. 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 Man, it's insane, Ms. Austin, for real. It's insane, but it's true. It's totally true. Totally true. I was going through my emails today looking for a form, and both of those forgiveness letters came up, and it says you're forgiven the total debt You good. All I had to do was sign it, man. The letter was already, they created the letter, the banks. They wrote out the letter. Hey, you forgiven for this $20,000. If you sign here, you don't have to make any payments on it. You good. Oh, people are lazy. People are not, they just not. I'm saying the inner person is just not, you have to work on that all the time. And you have, first of all, you have to know it's a problem. And in America, you don't know that, because what the United States says is, if you go to school, get a good education, go to the military or go to college or whatever, you have done what's suggested, and it makes you pretty smart and intelligent. That's what they're saying. So you thinking, I've done what I was supposed to do. Go to school, get me a good education, go get me a house with a picket fence and all that. I've done that. Mm-hmm. But they never trained you on the inner you. They never trained you on the inner person, because they didn't want that. Then you'll start thinking, and they don't want you thinking. They want you just like all the rest of us, just all the rest of the folks. Just whatever you hear, that's what you believe. That's it. What was to say? What Ronald Reagan used to say? What was it? Stick to the script. Stick to the script. we got the script for you. Stick to the script. I'm telling you, man. So, hey, that's it for the day for me. That's my midday inspiration. Hope you inspire from that. Hope you say, I ain't gonna be like them or him. Mm-mm. I'm gonna work on the inner me, because we've always said over the years that the enemy is the inner me. The enemy is the inner me. All right, you see the thing scrolling at the bottom. That's what y'all need to do. Go to the Wealth Lounge. Go to the Wealth Lounge. Thank you, Miss Austin, and thank everybody who listening today. You gotta wanna. All right, signing out. Ending screen. Think I'm in.